All individuals, all the world is a big ecosystem. We're all helping each other out at all times. Sometimes we're helping each other through lessons of without, and sometimes we're helping each other through lessons of intimacy and within. Now, an individual that works with the light is an individual who's able to get to the higher frequencies of all source. Now, think of it like music. You have some keys are dark keys and some keys are really high keys. Or in the physical world, you have some materials that are very, very physical and you can't really change them much. And then you have the more ethereal, slowly, things get more and more and more ethereal. Those forces that can go through things when they're very, very thin, there's more possibility of what they can do. And similarly in spirit, based on vibrations. Now, generally, every energy has an opposite energy. So, if I play D minor, I'm not just playing D minor, but I'm playing also all the other keys by not playing them. So if I inverse the song, I'm playing all the keys except for D minor. Whenever I do one thing, I'm also playing the opposite of it. You see? And when you appreciate that in your perception, then you begin to realize that there are a lot of negative, dark things in the world that are modeling the beauty of the opposite. And so they play an important role because it allows individuals that are stuck in bondage to elevate their perception through material experience, what's obvious. And so the darker resonances, darker energies, don't like talking about darkness so much, but the darker energies are fear, control, helplessness, anger, lust, oppression, pretty much that's a pretty effective list. All these energies emanate from a space of not existing. The individual oppresses because to some degree they feel they're not existing. So they oppress another with a feeling that they feel. So they feel they don't exist, so they act in a way unto another to discontinue their existence. I feel oppressed, so I oppress another. I feel fear, so I need control. These are all the dark resonances, the baser energies. Individuals that don't have a rubric of faith are susceptible to fear. When I say a rubric of faith, I'm not talking about religion per se. I'm talking about you walk outside, you have faith that gravity is going to be there to keep you on the ground. You need a rubric of certainty of what the variables are in order to be productive in the world around you. When one of those rubrics are shown to be erratic, suddenly your whole world begins to fall apart, scatters. Okay, so people live in a world where you take a plane and you get to a destination, and one day you take a plane and it goes into a tower, and suddenly you have chaos. You don't know what to expect. And it creates a big problem for people. Because people don't have a sustainable rubric of faith. They have virtual rubrics of faith. They'll believe in, let's say, the country's security. But the country was less secure then than it is now. It didn't have all the trappings for security. And now you know they're coming. And before, you didn't even know they were coming. So you were much less safe then. But you felt very safe. So your virtual control perception, you were locked into it. Something happened that proved to you that the rubric of control is a facade. It doesn't exist. It's a virtual reality. It's based on your perception. That makes people feel uncomfortable. Because then, if I can't rely on that, what in the world can I put my hat on? What can I rely upon? You see? It's the same thing with the marketplace. The marketplace, on paper, is very healthy. But people are afraid of uncertainty. So it implodes itself. Because the perception, the virtual perception, the virtual control construct, it took a hit. And now people don't feel they have control. So people react in a way that manifests the problem even further. What people begin to discover is that the reality actually manifests according to what people are thinking, what they're resonating. Because all of it is virtual. To bring our intentions into alignment, bring all the fragments of our lives into a singular narrative of ascension and longing and connectivity. So we take the different fragments and we connect the dots into a singular story. They're then suitable to transcend into the eternal language behind the veil of the higher light. For it is in oneness. It is in alignment. It's in infinity. It's a progression of actualization. We're not using our sacred energy and light to support these virtual realities of 2D and 3D these facades that we react to all the time, these impressions that we create within ourselves to react to. And that energy is then freed up, and new energy is allowed to enter because we are not blocking it with these shame paradigms and these falsehood paradigms where we try to sum up an individual in 2D or 3D, where we sum up their entire existence and we exert our energy into sustaining those virtual perceptions. Mm-hmm. So we're free then to harmonize and balance and take on the crown of our rights as a creator, take upon the crown of our rights to co-create harmoniously.